this damn. See, this also validates everything everybody was saying about Chocolatito, man. This guy is not. I do not see what everybody sees in this guy, man. This guy's a come forward, throw a bunch of punches. But I did not see no technical brilliance in this guy's fighting skills, man. I did not see. These guys have nothing on their resumes that make me think that if they were the same size as Andre Ward, if they were the same size as Kovalev, or same size as Tyson Fury, that they'll be better fighters than these guys. I don't see it. I can't. I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not falling for that trap. And I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Well, where would you rank? Would you have Chocolatito #1 pound-for-pound fighter?
Hell no. Hell no. Technically, I don't see what he does that's better than what Andre Ward does. I don't see what he does that's better than what Kovalev does or Tyson Fury. I do not see what he does technically that's much better than these guys. And his resume does not speak for itself. All right, so this guy, do not put this guy even higher than guys like Amir Khan.
Better than all those guys you mentioned.
I don't. Who?
I said it speaks for itself better than everybody you mentioned.
What? Chocolatito's resume better than Andre Ward's resume?
Yes, it is.
Oh no! Oh my God, no!
Eight world champions across 3 weight classes.
I do not.
Where's Ward?
What? Okay, there's plenty of world champions in boxing.
Was in his resume.
Check this out. Check this out. There's plenty of world champions in boxing. There's plenty of world champions in boxing. Some of them we don't even know who the fuck they are. They just held belts until somebody came in and took them out and took the belt. All right. There's plenty of world champions in boxing. Just because you have a belt. No, not like Carl Froch though. Who on his resume is better than Carl Froch? Tell me that.
Juan Francisco Estrada.
Stop.
No, he's not.
Stop it.
No, he's not.
Stop it. Stop.
No, he's not. Who he beat? None of the guys he beat, I can tell you who Carl Froch beat.
Technically, on his best day, Froch isn't better than Estrada.
You need to stop, bro. You're telling me the same Froch who fought guys. Man, I'm not even gonna argue that because that's a ridiculous argument. If you can tell me this guy is better than Carl Froch, it's a ridiculous. So you're telling me also that he has a better resume than Kovalev? You're telling me anybody on his resume is better than Hopkins?
No, he's not.
All right, yeah, we done with that, right? Okay, we done with that one, right?
How old was Hopkins?
I don't care how old he was. He was still a champion at the age he was. He was beating guys like Pascal. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Hopkins had 2 belts going into the fight.
So what?
Look. This guy we're talking about here is beating unknown champions. Plenty of unknown champions in boxing.
Just because you don't
Japan
know
alone, Japan and the eastern area alone have a bunch of champions in boxing that nobody knew who the hell they were. Who were fighting people in their own hometown, who never crossed over to overseas and never beat anybody.
It's not their fault if you're ignorant to them.
Okay, it's not. No. It is their fault because they didn't come overseas to show us what they got. That's their fault. It's not my fault that it's not my ignorance.
Is Ward going overseas? Is Ward going overseas?
It doesn't matter, but he's fighting the top guys. That's what he's doing. All the people, if you want to prove yourself, you gotta fight guys across the seas over here. No. If you want to prove yourself, that's everybody knows this. That's why Amir Khan. That's why That's why Amir Khan gets more credit. Look, this is why Amir Khan gets more credit than Kell Brook. You know why? Because he's fighting guys over here. While Kell Brook is over there in England, you gotta keep it real.
Gonzalez has fought in Nicaragua, he's fought in Japan, he's fought in Mexico, he's fought in the United States.
That's great. That's great. You know who else did all that stuff? You know who else did all that stuff? What's that boy's name that Canelo beat? That beat Canelo's brother. What's his name? Damn it. What's his name, man? Canelo had him looking like Bambi and shit.
Trout.
Trout went over everywhere and fought champions in Mexico, wherever he went. But guess what? When he came and fought a real fighter, guess what? He looked like Bambi with his legs all
guess
gone.
What?
Right?
Gonzalez has fought real fighters. Brian Valoria is a real fighter.
Who?
Brian Valoria, unified champion. What unified champion is Ward being?
Man, I don't look. These lower weight classes, right? They could fight 50 bums, right? And have three titles, and nobody would know any better. All right, because we don't know who these people are. All right, and it's not our fault that we don't know. It's not. Look. It's not our fault that we don't know. It's their fault that we don't know. You know why? Because just like Mayweather and Chavez Sr. and all these other guys who were lower weight classes who promoted themselves to us, who did what they had to do, who moved up weight classes and fought big champions to show us who they were. All right? Every champion who ever existed in the world, who are legends, did this stuff, man. They fought names to show us who they were. Because if they didn't, we wouldn't know who the fuck these guys are. And that's the bottom line of it. This guy, we don't know who the hell he is and who he's fighting. That's all it is. Him and Triple G on the same boat.
If you're too lazy or too dumb to not know who he's fighting,
come on. Why does the fan, the customer have to be lazy? The customer has to just pay and get the service, man. You gotta promote yourself. If you own a business, you talk about, you're too lazy to come to my store to buy shit. What kind of sense does that make?
So in other words, Andre Ward literally wasn't shit until he actually beat Kessler. So you're saying that he wasn't shit. He wasn't shit.
Nobody is shit. Nobody is shit until you prove yourself, and he proved himself at the Super 6. He wasn't nothing. He was an underdog, and when he proved himself at Super 6, he became something.
Who is the Super 6? The who's who?
Carl Frost is in the Super 6. Carl Frost is in the Super 6.
The who's who, right? The who's who, right?
Okay, yeah.
Who's Roman Gonzalez?
And it's not even that those guys were top guys. Now, before then, they showed themselves even afterwards that they were top guys. Yeah, even after Ward then cleaned out that division, those guys were showing who they were.
That's what Gonzalez's opponents have been doing. Because guess what? He beat Estrada before Estrada became a champion. Beat Yagashi.
I'll say something about that Andre Ward and Roman Gonzalez comparison. Carl Frost was on the pound for pound list when Andre Ward beat him. That guy's name was never on the pound for pound list.
Well, Estrada's on it right now. Estrada's on it right now. He became a pound for pounder afterwards.
All I know is this.
I guess Azuma Nelson wasn't shit when Salvador Sanchez beat his ass then, right?
Azuma Nelson only had 8 fights or 9 fights.
That still became great. Salvador Sanchez still beat him before he became great.
Yeah, but we don't know if these other guys are great yet. Are they great now? So we can't give them any credit for being guys we don't know.
Estrada is. Brian Valoria was a unified champion. So and Edgar Sosa.
Man, what's that guy from Japan who was champion for how many years? Who was the main champion for how many years? And nobody knows who the hell he was fighting. He was fighting guys with names we couldn't even pronounce, bro. Like what?
Well, which one? There's a lot of fight. There's been a lot.
I forgot the dude's name. That's how sad it is. I don't even remember his name, bro. Yo, this is sad. You cannot tell me it's the fans' fault for the guy being an unknown. It's not the fans' fault.
It's the fans' fault for not knowing what they're talking about. It's the fans.
The fans know what they're talking about. Look. When you have to make excuses for why a guy is where he is, when you gotta make excuses for why, come on, man. We're making this. You're trying to sell a product, right? That nobody's buying, man.
Ain't nobody trying to sell you shit. He's the pound for pound #1, and that's what it is.
He's the pound for pound #1 on whose list? On whose list? Red Magazine.
45-0, no blueprint. ESPN's too.
Man, stop it, man. His blueprint is Margarito and Nonito Donaire blueprint. He's Margarito and Nonito Donaire. That's what he is. He's a guy who comes in heavier than everybody else and throws a bunch of punches and can't get hurt by the smaller guys. That's all he is.
No, that's not all he is. His offensive.
What did he do last night?
His offensive defense transitions are way better than Kovalev's and Ward's and Golovkin's.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Nobody's buying that. Buying that.
Hey, 45-0, no blueprint.
Hold on, I'll be back. Hold on, give me a second.
45-0, 3-weight class champion. How many is Ward on?
I would ask a question, Naota. He's 45-0. Would you say his resume is as good as Floyd's? Truthfully.
Oh, man. I don't like picking apart Floyd's resume, but I could do it.
No, don't pick it apart. Is it better than Chocolito's?
I mean, that's a tough one. Honestly, I really wouldn't put him that far apart. Floyd fought a lot of guys that he was well favored to beat, big time.
So you're saying.
Here's the thing though. Floyd is part of it. Floyd. I put him on the same level as Gonzalez.
You don't post the odds of Malta.
I'm not asking a question. I'm putting it in perspective.
Oh no, don't do it, man. No, please don't. Leave it. Just leave it. Just say. Don't, Naota, don't.
Here's what I'm gonna ask him. Here's what I'm gonna ask him.
One minute.
Alright, what?
You guys got to understand.
You
You guys got to understand that. You got to understand, yeah. Naota's not giving a bar. He's not having it. As far as Naota's can. End of the day, you guys need to know. So when I agree, like you.
Well, I know everything about Floyd. I know everything about Ward. I know everything about all these guys.
If you're a boxing fan, if you're a boxing fan, yeah, like you'll find out. In this day and age, there's no reason why you can't find out who they are, right? That's what it is. But to say like other guys who most of them are people know that car crotch and them things, no one's gonna agree to that. They're not gonna agree to it, Naota. It's not happening. Even though you can bring up a big case.
Well, I mean, regardless of if they agree to it or not,
Here's a question I got for him. I got one question for you.
Let me say this real quick. My only point is for somebody to say that he's not even fucking in the top 10 is beyond ridiculous. It's beyond fucking ridiculous.
I don't agree with that. He should definitely.
I don't even disagree with somebody if they want to say like, oh, okay, he's not number 1, he's number 3, he's number 5, whatever the fuck. But
no, he can't be number 5. He can't be number 5, bro. I'm gonna name 5 fighters. I'm gonna name 5 fighters who have better credibility than he does, who are active. Check this out. Is he better resume-wise and career-wise and legitimacy-wise than Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao just lost, man.
Oh, come on, son. He lost to who? Floyd Mayweather. I'm asking you, based on Chocolatito's body of work, is he better than Manny Pacquiao?
He hasn't been around as long, man.
So you're saying he's not better than Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao would have to rate higher than Chocolatito.
No, he wouldn't. Because he doesn't. Because he's getting knocked the fuck
out. What weight is Chocolatito fighting at?
His third.
What weight? What weight is it?
112. What the fuck does it matter?
What weight did Manny Pacquiao start at?
When he was a fucking malnourished.
I don't care where he was. What he was when he was a professional. What weight class did he start at?
He won his first world title at 112. What the fuck does that matter?
No, he started at 106. 106. Wait. Let me. 106.
106 ain't a division.
All right. Okay. Listen. When Manny Pacquiao started, right? He started a very low weight class, and now he's at 147 pounds, right? Yeah. Now explain to me, how can a guy who started in whatever weight class he started at, only gain about maybe 5 to 6 pounds, is better than a guy who gained somewhere around 30 pounds in weight? And
first of all, he's better technically. Secondly, he's fought better fighters around that weight class that Manny Pacquiao quote unquote started in. And thirdly, Manny Pacquiao has been taking losses his entire career.
What does the loss mean? We're talking about pound for pound. Sugar Ray Robinson had losses. Does that mean? In other words, you rate Pacquiao above Floyd Mayweather, right? Pacquiao is rated above Gonzalez to me, man. He's done more.
So wait, no.
His style is something you can't copy. His style is something you can't copy.
Yes or no? Do you rate him above Floyd Mayweather? Because by that
do I rate who? Of course not. I don't rate Pacquiao above Floyd Mayweather. But we're not talking about Floyd. We're talking about Gonzalez.
No, you have to. You have to. Because he went through more weight classes.
Because look, you know why you can't rate him above Floyd? Listen. You know why you can't rate him above Floyd? Because of one thing. Floyd beat him. All right? The only fight they had, Floyd won.
He beat a smaller man.
So Gonzalez didn't beat Pacquiao. So I can't rate Gonzalez above Pacquiao.
Yeah, he beat a smaller man. He did exactly what he was supposed to do by your logic.
Man, anybody who tells you Gonzalez is rated above Pacquiao, something's wrong. You gotta be really a big fan to think Gonzalez is rated above Pacquiao.
It's about what have you done lately.
Let me just get a piece, yeah? So, if you can make a debate that Chocolatito is better than Pacquiao and Floyd, that means he's one of the best fighters of all time. You prepared to go there?
I'm talking about right now, man. I'm talking about pound for pound as it exists right now. Pacquiao is.
But Pacquiao is still active. It's still active, bro. Pacquiao's still active.
Yeah, he's still active, losing to fucking getting knocked out by Marquez, losing to Floyd Mayweather. Marquez has a better resume than Chocolatito. What are you talking about?
You're talking about him being beat by guys who have better resumes than Chocolatito. What are you talking? Who, man? I'm like,
guys,
this is a.
guys that have better resumes in terms of their entire career. Chocolatito's not even fucking.
Okay, that's the whole point, bro. That's the whole point. Right now, listen. The whole point is right now, Chocolatito hasn't shown anything yet to surpass these men. What has he done now so that he could be above those men? He hasn't done nothing to be above those men. All right? He hasn't done what we need to see to go, hey, he's better than Pacquiao. He's better than Marquez. All right? I haven't seen anything he's done to tell me he's better than Cotto. If Cotto still fights. All right? These guys have been through the fire. They've been against other legends. First ballot Hall of Famers. What has Chocolatito done? Are you telling me Mick Williams Arroyo is a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No, that's not what I'm telling you.
Okay, then what is the argument?
I'm telling you that pound for pound is about right at this moment. Roman Gonzalez is the best as far as I'm concerned.
Pound for pound at this moment, then guess what? Pacquiao's still active. So are you still saying? So that's my point. There are people right now who are still fighting, who have done way more than this man has done in his career so far. All right, way more. So you can't come out and tell me he's number one when there's at least I can name 5 people that have better careers than him.
Yeah, 5
His
people
career's not
losses as soon as they step up.
Miguel
Cotto failed fucking miserably against Pacquiao.
After Abraham,
Miguel Cotto got his ass whooped by a former flyweight.
Why are you making me Pacquiao? Look, Pacquiao has done more than Chocolatito. So if Cotto loses to him, that's no beef, man. It's the same way Pacquiao.
It's plenty of beef because Cotto's way bigger than the motherfucker. He was supposed to whoop his ass. He got his ass tagged.
Pacquiao's great. This Pacquiao is great. That's the point. He lost to another great fighter. We don't. You're trying to say, oh, he lost to this. That's why. No, he lost to another great fighter. All right. While these great fighters are active, this man should not be put on the number 1 pound for pound when he hasn't proven anything. What has he proven? What did he do last night that was so technical? Walk forward, throw a bunch of punches. Throw a bunch of punches.
Rolled under the jab, took the jab away from Arroyo, hit him with overhand rights over and over again, whipped his ass, shut him out, and Mick Williams Arroyo should have been the IBF champion. That's what he did.
He's just a big guy.
Who else is fighting top 3 opposition and dominating?
Who's fighting top opposition? I guess Andrew didn't sign a contract to fight Kovalev, I guess.
Who else is fighting top 3 opposition and dominating them?
He's not Klitschko, right? I guess Wilder's not fighting Povetkin, right? I guess. I can keep going.
First of all, that fight hasn't even happened yet.
I guess Thurman and Porter ain't fighting.
First of all, that fight, neither of those fights have even happened yet. And Gonzalez has had several.
There's nobody in his resume. There's nobody in his resume that equals Vladimir Klitschko. Done deal. No one.
Man, Estrada's better than Vladimir Klitschko.
No, tell me. Who in his resume is better than Vladimir Klitschko?
Estrada's better than Vladimir Klitschko. No, you just said Naota.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay. We're done. Yo, I'm done. I can't. There's no argument here.
Estrada never got knocked the fuck out by Lamont Peters.
Stop it.
That is hard. Hey, listen. That was not happening. I told you that was not happening.
Estrada Yagashi never got knocked the fuck out by fucking Sanders, fucking Colonel Sanders, fucking a scratch golfer, a fucking amateur golfer that decided to take up boxing because he thought it was fun.
So how long is Estrada had his
knocking the shit out of Vladimir Klitschko.
Y'all need to stop, yo. This is a guy fighting at a heavyweight division where everybody can crack. Everyone can crack at the heavyweight division. You are not sitting there like Gonzalez was doing, eating shots from Arroyo in the heavyweight division. You won't do that in the heavyweight division.
And nobody sits there and takes shots from Arroyo and stands up. If you actually watch the motherfucker, you would realize that.
Dude, he's a heavier dude and he can take the shots and he can keep going and throw punches like Marvel.
Took plenty of shots from Vladimir Klitschko before he knocked his ass out. I remember that. Samuel Peter took plenty of shots from Vladimir Klitschko as he was dropping them all over the fucking place.
Man, all those guys you're mentioning, Brewster, that guy's a legend. Why are you mentioning people that are Hall of Famers.
For beating
You
Klitschko.
mentioned Hall of Famers with nobodies, man.
For beating Klitschko.
Damn right he is. Damn right Klitschko's damn great, bro. Stop. Yo, we need to start giving credit to people who deserve that shit, man. Klitschko is a great fighter.
I do. You're the one that's not. You're the one that's not. You're the one
No.
that's not.
I need to see something before I do it. I don't jump on bandwagons before I see anything. I need to see.
I've seen him since
I'm not a
the top of his career, and I ain't no bandwagon fan, alright? So don't put that shit on me.
And I haven't seen what he did. Alright? I haven't seen what he did. This guy comes into the ring the same size as Rigo does when he comes into the ring.
So when you stab somebody to death and then the cop comes over and arrests you, you could say, oh, okay, I didn't know it was okay to murder him.
Man, I don't know what that analogy has to do with what I'm saying. All I'm telling you is this. The man ain't proved nothing to anybody. Nobody knows what this man is.
He proven something to ESPN. He proven something to ESPN. He's proven something to the boxing scene.
Man. So you're riding the boxing scene and Ring Magazine bandwagon.
He's proven. I didn't even mention Ring Magazine. Hey, he ain't no Golden Boy fighter, first of all, and I didn't even mention Ring Magazine.
I'm just saying, though. That's the type of fan you are. You're riding the Ring Magazine boxing scene.
No, actually, no, that's not the type of fan I am. Because guess what? I never put Nonito Donaire top. I never put Nonito Donaire top 5 pound for pound.
What does it mean to anybody in here that boxing scene have him top 5? What does it mean to any of us in here? If he doesn't prove it to us.
Okay, well then it doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean whatever it's not gonna mean, man. If you don't have an opinion.
Nationality, huh? Now let me say this. If you can prove to me.
Hey, look, if you're gonna be hard-headed about it, what am I gonna fucking do to beat you in your head? I can't do shit. It's about what. It's up to
his
you.
Opponents are Hopkins. His opponents are Frotch. You can show proof his opponents are better than freaking than Mayweather and Marquez. You can show proof that you know how many fighters I can name that got better resumes than this guy? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I should not be able to
It makes plenty of sense because he is the current. It's about what's current. It's not about what's in the past. It's not about what's in the past, man. What up?
Roy Jones
did in the past don't mean shit when he's in there with Canelo getting his ass whooped. What Cotto did in the past
don't mean you right, though.
don't mean a goddamn thing. Is Cotto ready to have Canelo pound for pound? Fuck no.
They do.
Canelo whooped his motherfucking ass.
Stop cussing, that'll make you right.
Just because Cotto beat him. Cotto's a bigger guy than he is. Just because Canelo beat him, don't mean he doesn't have a better resume than your boy, man. It doesn't mean that. We're talking about, man.
He was still fighting the middleweight.
Man. Let me tell you like this. I guarantee you, I put it on everything. If Chocolatito decides to move like Cotto move and go fight Rigondeaux, he's getting laid out.
Why the fuck did he fight Rigondeaux? He's gonna fight.
He comes in the same weight Rigondeaux comes in at fight night.
No, he doesn't.
Which one?
No, he doesn't, my God.
You must not be.
First of all, no, he doesn't.
I guess
secondly, Rigondeaux doesn't fucking drain down and then have to rehydrate after the fact. He doesn't drain down and then overhydrate himself after the fact.
Like I said, look, I'm gonna show you something right now.
If Rigondeaux wants to fight so bad, tell him to go down to 118. Or how about you tell Rigondeaux to actually take the fight with Lomachenko, to actually take the fight with Nicholas Rojas, to actually take the fights that he's talking shit about, and actually fucking prove it.
Check this out.
Hey, hold up. Who's Rigondeaux beat in the first place? Donaire?
The pound for pound.
Guys, one sec, guys. All right, since you two are going to debate, you're going to have to, because people can't hear it. Because, truth, when you're talking, Naota can't hear it. So, all right, we're going to start with Naota's point. And when Naota's finished his point, or when Naota's speaking, truth, you're going to have to mute. So we can. All right? So, you guys are good to go.
All right, do you want me to I'm going to ask him a question.
Go ahead, ask me a question. Go ahead.
It's not even a question. I'm going to make a point.
Okay.
In the past, every pound for pound fighter we've seen have moved up and proved themselves with the top name and the top guy who was who everybody considered a pound for pound fighter. If you look at Roy Jones, he moved up to fight James Toney so he can get his respect. If you look at Floyd Mayweather, he moved up to fight Oscar De La Hoya and all these other great fighters, moved up in weight so he can become that guy, okay? If you look up freaking Evander Holyfield, when he had nobody to fight in his weight class, cruiserweight, he moved up to heavyweight and became the man. All right, we can keep going with this all day. All day.
Okay. What about Marvin Hagler?
We could go with this all day.
What about Marvin Hagler?
To fight the big names came to Marvin. The big names came to Marvin. We could talk about this all day. And that's what you will see with the pound for pound fighters of all boxing history. All right?
Well,
even Sugar Ray.
Weight classes. He's already moved up 2 weight classes. Right. So what?
That's not what I'm talking. Listen, they moved up to fight what?
The top fighters.
You hear what I'm saying?
112, man.
Great fighters. They moved up to fight other great fighters. Now I'm asking you, has Golovkin shown the same thing that's all these other great fighters done?
You mean
even if it's a great fighter moving up to fight him, or him moving up to fight another great fighter, and it has Golovkin or Chocolatito done any of those things?
Well, first of all, don't ask me about Golovkin because I don't think Golovkin has. I'm not a Golovkin fan, all right? First of
what
all,
about Chocolatito?
And secondly, Gonzalez, yes, he has. First of all, Akira Higashi, 3-weight world champion, won a world title at 105, won a world title at 112. Gonzalez dethroned him. He won a world title at 108, and he's probably going to be going up to 115 to try and get another one.
All right. Now, my question was, did he move up to fight? I didn't ask you about champions. I asked you about boxing has champions for days. Some we don't even know. Okay. I'm asking you about great fighters. I'm asking you about champions. Don't give me no championship belts. I didn't tell you the champion Oscar De La. I told you Oscar De La.
Higashi is a great fighter.
So you're saying that Higashi, right, is one of the great fighters of boxing?
Yes.
All right. You know what? I rest my case. I don't even want to argue anymore because this makes no sense, bro. Because if I'm going to waste my time, I'll argue with you.
Stop.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Higashi?
No, he's not. You know he's not. You know and I know he's not. You know and I know. Come on.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's the thing that I don't get about these arguments is people want to speak on shit that I don't know shit about. You know why
I guess he's a 3-weight champion, but
you know why I don't talk about soccer? Because I don't know shit about soccer.
Nah, you know, but Higashi's not. Higashi's not though. That's on that one. He's not. If you say that Estrada, maybe I'll say yeah, but not. You're not Higashi.
Estrada's the obvious man, but
yeah, exactly. I'm saying that you have to be honest. You have to be honest, man. You have to be honest.
My point is Estrada's the most obvious one, and he can't be the answer.
Yeah, but you know you can't give us. You can't do that with it. You know you can't do that, Higashi. I know who Higashi is, and you know who he is. These guys don't know who he is. You know you can't do that. You can't. You know you can't. He's not.
Well, I mean, if I can't do that, I mean, these guys barely even know who Estrada is.
Now you'd have to concede to his argument. That's all it is. Just concede to his argument on that point. That's all I'm trying to say. Just don't. You know, you can't do that now.
No, he asked me what great fighters he beat.
Higashi's great.
It's not my fault. Yeah.
Higashi, if you should have knew, I'd say yeah. Right? If you see Estrada, say yeah. I'll tell you, but you can't do that with Higashi. Just concede, bro. You know what I mean? Be honest and concede.
If I'm gonna concede Higashi, I'm gonna take Valoria and Sosa, both of them, all day.
You could, but he never argued that. You brought up a name and he said you can't do that. I wouldn't even join in this debate right there. But when you said Higashi, you can't do that. If them man saw Higashi fight and you're trying to say he's bro all time, they wouldn't. No. In Japan, yeah, but no. Come on, just no. It's not, right? You know it's not now, so you have to be fair on that one. But you know what?
I know that he is because, first of all, that title that he held was the lineal title that goes all the way back.
What, man? Who did he fight to?
Because this guy is glorifying Pacquiao's flyweight run. Well,
bro, listen. I'm not gonna give I'm not gonna do the evil, bro. I'm just gonna say to you, Pacquiao didn't do no one until he beat Barrera.
That was his argument.
Pacquiao was no one until he beat Marco Barrera. In my eyes, Barrera was the fucking best who beat Nassim Hamed and beat all them other guys with Eric Morales. That's when Pacquiao fucking broke in. Other than that, he didn't give a fuck who he beat. No one cared. Look, bro, let me see something, yeah? You can't do that with a gash. There's no way, bruv. You can't do that. No way you can't put it as a... No, he's not going to be... Bruh, he's not even the first ballot Hall of Famer, bruh. I'll put Paulie Malignaggi in there before I put Agashi. Bruh, nah, come on. Nah. I don't even intervene in that one. But I know, and I know that Agashi's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Your reputation's on the line now, Tar. You can't be putting stuff out there like that. You can't do that. I can't let you do that.
Yagashi has proven a lot more than a lot.
He's a good fighter in that, but he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Come on, be real.
First of all, first ballot Hall of Famer and Hall of Famer are two different things. I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not.
Better than Paulie Malignaggi.
You know what? Listen, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, like, bro, he might go in the Hall of Fame, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. That I can concede too. He's not no first. They put him on a list of fighters. He's not on the same list as fighting Harada and then fucking Braves. Nah, bro. Nah, he's not, man. Takeshi Uchiyama, he's more popular than him, and they probably wouldn't put him as a first ballot Hall of Famer because he hasn't fought the other guys that most people know. That's all it comes down to, bro. It's who you fight. That's how you make your name. You have to beat up some of these known guys, man. And Agashi's not doing that. In big fights, he's lost all the big fights, man. He lost against that Mexican guy the other day. He got knocked out when he moved down to like flyweight. And then he got beat by Chocolito, got stopped against Chocolito. That guy's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You no way, bruv. No way. No.
He didn't. First of all, he didn't define his terms. He just said great fighters. He said great champions.
But he's not even a great fighter, bro. He's just a strong, come forward, two-handed Japanese fighter. Nothing special about him. He's in good condition, but you can't do that, Naota. You know what I mean? This like, bro, like on Truthinhisword, to be honest, like, I don't know why you got some points you have to concede and say, alright, you're fair, but you're not conceding on anything.
What? No. People want me to concede, and they don't want. And
they will concede. I'll back. Listen, bro. I'll back it straight. You know I know this weight class. I'll back it with you. If it was a Nui and all of my guys, I'll back it with you, yeah. And like you was holding it. But when it came to Agashi, that had to stop right there. That had to put a stop. And I don't know why you mentioned this. You have to stop it. That's all I.
The reason why I mentioned Yagashi specifically is because he mentioned Manny Pacquiao at flyweight. Yagashi had the exact same title. It's lineal going all the way back to Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, but no one rated Manny Pacquiao. No, like Mayweather was saying.
He did.
I didn't tell you when I rated Manny Pacquiao. You're just saying that I did. I didn't rate Manny Pacquiao flyweight.
Then why bring him up?
Because you said, because you said Gonzalez climbed weight class, and I said Manny Pacquiao came from a low weight class and came all the way up to 147. Well, his climbing of weight class means nothing. What we're talking about is what kind of people he beat to put him ahead of the people that are still active now in boxing. So that's my thing. Isn't about what kind of champion, how many champions, how many weight classes is. Because look, championship belts come with a dime a dozen in boxing, bro. There's too many freaking organizations with belts. And giving out belts to people who nobody know who fight nobodies. So belts to me is not what makes you great anymore. When there was one belt, you could say yes. But belts to me don't make you great. Because there's plenty of champions throughout boxing history that nobody knows because they fought nobodies. And climbing on weight is not what makes you great. What makes you great nowadays, especially back then too, is you have to fight a name. You have to fight somebody who everybody recognizes as the man. All right? For you to become the man. Okay? So if this guy doesn't have people on his resume better than the people that are currently active, how can you put him ahead of those people? This is a simple argument I have. I'm not asking about weight. I'm not asking about belts. I'm not asking about all these other things.
Okay, well, it's about field of opposition and how you do against that opposition. Gonzalez hasn't struggled with any of these guys. He's beaten them all dominant, except for Estrada and Francisco Rosas, who he knocked out in the rematch.
All right. See,
do you know who Francisco Rosas is?
My question is not about how he beat people, how quick he beat people. Golovkin is running through everybody. Golovkin is running through everybody. Does that make him pound for pound number one? No. What I'm telling you is this.
Because of who he's beating. It's because of who he's beating.
Listen, the people he's beating, are they better than the people, the current boxers that are out there that have beaten other great people? Are they better than those people?
Well, it depends on who you're going to talk. Give me a name, I'll give you a name.
I gave you a couple already. Is anybody he's beaten better than Bernard Hopkins? Is anybody he's beaten better than Carl Froch? Is anybody he's beaten better than Vladimir Klitschko? Is anybody he's beaten? Like, I can't look.
Estrada's better than all those guys.
But that's what I've been
asking. Estrada's better than all of those guys before and after.
So you're saying Estrada is better than Vladimir Klitschko?
Yeah.
Who held the belt for how long? Estrada, who's fought legends, is better than Carl Froch. Is better than Bernard Hopkins.
Naota, stop it. Come on, Naota. Naota, stop it. Now stop.
I'm not stopping anything.
Naota, nah, come on, Naota. No,
he's better than Bernard. Look, Bernard Hopkins.
Naota, he's setting you up. Like, look, man. Look. This loud. Look, Naota knows his stuff. Them little guys are bad. You guys don't know. But what I'm trying to say to you, Naota's man, they are, and that's it. He ain't gonna budge. And then your man, they're not. And that's it. Let's change the subject. Leave it alone. Yeah, the little guys, they're getting attention. They're out there. We're not happy that he's number 1, but he is, and that's it. Just move.
I'll tell you what, man. Now,
I mean, it don't matter what he could do, man. Gonzalez could fucking walk on water, cure fucking AIDS, and then knock out Rigondeaux, and he'll never give him his fucking.
Naota, I'll tell you what. You defended it as hard as you could. I give you credit, but
we're having it, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It was a hard position to defend. It was a hard decision.
Well, I mean,
yeah, go ahead, Naota.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's not just about, what has he done in his resume. A lot of it has to do with what have you done lately. The reason why people were rating Andre Ward ahead of Floyd Mayweather was because of what he had been doing lately during the Super 6 while Floyd wasn't doing shit but, gambling and spending money on shoes. But did Ward beat better opponents than Floyd as a whole? Fuck no. And he still has it.
Good point.
We're not talking about Floyd now. See, I'm not talking about Floyd. It has nothing to do with this. What I'm telling you is this.
It was an example.
When was the Kovalev?
It was an example that went over your head, clearly.
Look, man, it's not even went over my head. We're talking about Chocolatito and the current fighters today, right now, that are not retired.
Yeah, the current fighters, not the past.
Yes, the current fighters. Now I'm talking to you.
Not what Cotto did 10 years ago.
Okay. Now, how long ago was the Bernard Hopkins and Kovalev fight?
Was it like 2?
Okay. Before then, was Hopkins getting beat by all these fighters that he was fighting?
I ain't got beat by Chad Dawson.
Okay. All right. Now,
what is Chad Dawson doing lately?
Was he being beat by all the fighters he was fighting before he fought Kovalev? All these young guys? No. Kovalev is the only one I've ever seen beat Hopkins the way he did, bro.
Can I ask you something? Sorry. Before we carry on, right?
Wait, you don't think Dawson beat him dominantly?
No, but I need to ask you a question now, sir.
Yeah.
Piper, this is what have you had the chance in this debate to say what you have to say?
Wait, say that again?
Would you say in this debate you've had enough time to make your points? No one's actually interrupted you constantly. Like you've had your say all the time, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've had my say to say my major points, except for not being able to answer the questions because I've been talked over a bunch of times.
Okay,
But I mean, the questions are beside the point. I'm not going to change this guy's mind, and I'm not going to change the minds of anybody who thinks that it's this amazing travesty for Gonzalez to be rated as high as he is. So I mean, it is what it is. I could really care less, what people think, because.
Right. Okay.
The proof is in the pudding. It's shown proof time, and he's still doing it.
All right. So you guys want to carry on, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good.
It's done, man. Go ahead, Beats.
Hey, it's a done deal. I'm good. I'm good with that argument. I'm good.
Okay. Well, Piper, I disagree. I think Naota got his chance to say what he wanted. I know you probably wanted Naota to qualify more points than you agree with, but he got his chance. He got his chance.
Hey, bro, I love them little guys more than anyone, but bro, to be honest with you, yeah, they're in Asia fight. It's hard. It's just because they're in Asia and it's the English speaking. But that's it. But these guys are great. Some of the little guys are great, but you guys are never gonna know that because you're not seeing enough of them. So you got Umar in there, Nigel Benn. That's Umar. In there. Like you guys are never gonna know how good they are and how dominant they are until they fight someone in America or be in America. And maybe look, Chocolito's come over. He's mainly fighting Japan and out of Nicaragua, and everyone knew he was a dumb side. Now he's in America. But is he warming crowds like he was in Japan? I don't think he is. Like when I see him fight in Japan, bro, this guy's looking like the fucking shit. In America, maybe the competition is maybe better. He's not looking the same, and I don't know for whatever reason that is. He's not looking the same, and they gave him the label as pound for pound, bro. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. His next performance, they need better opponents. Maybe they bring the best out of him. But a lot of the arguments are going to be coming, and Naota knew it was going to happen because me and Naota talked earlier on that these arguments are going to be happening. I mean, he hasn't been over to the boxing voice yet. They're waiting for him, probably waiting for him there. Naota's going to have to be defending, putting his case everywhere like a politician. But these things are going to be coming.
I mean, it's all good. They don't know shit about the lighter weights either.
Yeah.
See, but right. See, here's the thing. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at the lighter weights either. But back in the 80s and the 90s, I knew all the fights that counted back then. But nowadays, it doesn't have the same depth. It just doesn't have the same. Like if the divisions are underperforming and you're the king of it, it's hard for you to be pound for pound #1. The only way you're going to get there is through politics. I mean, Rigondeaux was the #1 guy until HBO took him out there. No one was talking about Roman Gonzalez. Nobody. It's politics that took Rigondeaux out, and it's politics that got Chocolito in. That's the truth. That, in my opinion, that's the truth.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say Rigondeaux has a lot to do with his own downfall because he's not making these fights.
He had. So when Bob Arum said, "Well, we can't, I can't promote him," and HBO took him.
No, I'm not talking about Bob Arum. I'm talking about since then. You know, fighting Gianfrancisco is trash. That's a terrible fight. That guy didn't belong in the same ring with us.
Well, what about the guys that don't want to fight him?
Well, I mean, he's turned down a bunch of fights with guys that do. He turned down fights with Shingo Wake.
I'm talking about the top guys like Frampton, Friedman, and Scott Quigg.
Well, exactly. See, he's playing the same game that they're doing though. They're doing it to him, and he's doing it to other fighters. I mean, it's fair for him to do that, but at the same time, you also have to face the consequences of doing that.
Who's these other guys?
Oscar Escandon, Moises Flores, Shingo Wake. Let me see. Ray Vargas.
Who's that? Who are they? Who are they? The champions?
They were the guys that were either his mandatories that he got stripped for, or guys that are champions now, or mandatories right now. Actually, Flores just got named his mandatory opponent for Flores' belt. He has the WBA. What is that? Interim. Because the WBA, when they stripped him, quote unquote, they didn't strip him. They made him the champion in recess. So they immediately give him a title shot.
Flores. Okay.
You bro, that was a G. You find an uphill battle there, bro. Them names you throwed out, people just like, what the fuck? No one knows, bro.
Once again, it's not my fault. People don't know anybody else.
Who did they beat?
Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton, for all due respect, that fight was trash because those two fighters are extremely limited. And I would take several of those fighters that I just named over both of them.
The way I gotta see them beat them first before they because them guys you named ain't got no top names on their resume.
All right, Naota, in your opinion, let's put it. If Rigo and Chocolate was ever to fight, who would you?
Honestly, I think Rigondeaux is a top pound for pound fighter.
Who, in your opinion, if Rigo and Chocolate were to fight, who would you think would win? In your opinion,
that's a 50-50 fight to me.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it's
because I think Rigondeaux has a weak chin. I think his inside game is limited.
Wow.
And against Gianfrancisco, I thought he looked slow.
All right. Let me
unwilling to pull the trigger.
Let me give you an easy one. What about Nonito Donaire at a certain weight against Chocolate? Who do you think would win that fight?
I mean, that's another close fight. To be honest with you, it's a different style though. But I could see Gonzalez beating Donaire just because of the fact that Donaire struggled with Cesar Juarez. Who is Cesar Juarez? The last guy that he fought that he almost got beat by.
Now, did you say that you thought that Rigondeaux would lose to Roman?
No. I said that was a 50-50 type of fight.
I was riding with you until you said that was a 50-50 fight.
Hey, Dick Tarchinian, yeah?
I mean, honestly, I can understand why people would say
Roman would get his
because-
own bone broken.
Dick Tarchinian, yeah, would give Roman the fucking work, bro. Becco and what's his name, Mares, them dudes there, like, if them sort of guys were down there, it would be fucking great. They should have a Super 6 flyweight fucking shit, bro. They should have something like that, and then that will shut everything down because then you get like people get on the build. They need something like that for Chocolatito to thrive in that environment. Or maybe not. Maybe he could lose, but they need some sort of tournament system where the people, everyone, both sides of the Atlantic can know who they are. It's not gonna happen now. You'll be talking to your mouth dry, trying to convince everyone, like, innit? And it's hard as well because you're saying like Rigo ducked all this guy, but Rigo's a fucking G, bro. He bust up some dudes, man. He banged over some dudes, bro. And the Lomachenko and them guys are taking.
Well, the thing about Rigo that I find kind of hypocritical from a lot of people is most people can't name any other name aside from Donaire that he fought.
Yeah, but Donaire's a multiple world champion, bro. He cleaned up. He beat up bare man. So when you beat him, you become the dude.
And what was my argument for Roman being pound for pound?
Roman.
The same one that you just gave for Donaire.
Donaire was 45-minute argument was about who got a better win than Frost. Y'all keep going in circles.
The thing was, though, if you're talking about lower weight boxing, right? Like Donaire transcended, like he transcended from just a lower weight boxer organically with what he did, the way he laid out Montiel, the Darchinian fights. I'm sorry, Roman ain't got that appeal. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. And Rigondeaux beat that guy. Doesn't have it. He didn't transcend like it. It didn't. Now I'm not being biased or anything because you can't say it's not.
No.
Hold on. Let me burn it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nobody can say, "Oh, BT using race," because I ain't affiliated to Philippines or fucking Nicaragua, right? So you can't use that argument there. I'm telling you, right? Roman didn't transcend, right, from just being a low weight boxer to a world star. Like Donaire, he didn't. And Donaire didn't even really need social media. He's been doing it since about 2000 and, I don't know, let's say 11, 10.
His win over Dick Tarchinian put him on the scene.
Yeah.
It goes back to beating the man who beat the man. His win over Dick Tarchinian.
And then he beat the Japanese guy with 6 on defenses, all their defense.
Yeah, and then he knocked out Fernando Montiel. He knocked out Fernando Montiel. That's fucking impressive, man. Knocked him out.
There's no way you can say. It's hard for me to listen to anyone saying that Roman made the same impact on the low weights that it's hard for me to listen.
I knew he was doing.
There's a difference between impact in terms of fame and impact in terms of what you're actually doing. Arturo Gatti made a big impact, but was he a great fighter?
No, but so you're comparing Donaire to Arturo Gatti now?
No.
All right, we can take that off the table then, because this is what I'm telling you right, Naota. You're like with you, it's either one extreme, or the fans don't know, or are you selling? No, it's a balance. You've got to be able to do it in the ring, and it's got to transcend either commercially or just for your notoriety. You've got to have a balance. You've got to have a balance.
Well, that's the thing. Then by that argument, Rigondeaux shouldn't be a pound for pounder, which I think because he hasn't transcended. He hasn't transcended according to that logic.
All right, okay. You're talking for pound, yeah? If you're talking for pound, just fighting alone, Rigondeaux beat that guy who transcended. He beat that guy who I was talking about. But Roman ain't did that.
Okay, so Floyd is pound for pound because he beat Arturo Gatti who transcended.
No. What is body work? Clean work, man. That's how he beat some of the great fighters. How he beat.
I get that it's how you beat him that matters, but Donaire, does it matter that Donaire ducked the Super 6 tournament at bantamweight? Does it matter that Donaire ducked Abner Mares for $3 million after Mares won it?
Maris is a cheating bastard, bro. That Maris is a cheating ball snatcher.
You know, cheating or no cheating. He didn't cheat in that second fight with Ogbeko, and he whooped his ass still.
Yeah, I know, but Maris, that one, yeah, that would have been a good fight if they fought. But no one cared. Thingy was still great. He's still a great fighter. And Abner Maris, he got knocked out by John Gonzalez. But moving on that, yeah, like the thing is, it's very hard.
Well, and let me say this too. If it sounds like I'm being real nitpicky and disrespectful of some of these other wins, I'm not trying to be. It's all about when you're trying to argue this guy versus this guy versus this guy, and ultimately that's the way it's going to be when you're trying to argue between one or two spots between top fighters. All these guys deserve the respect that they got, and probably even more.
Let me put a cap on this. Let me put a cap on this. Yeah, in your opinion, yeah, right now, yeah, to shut everyone up. What does Chocolatito has to do to shut everyone up in this room right now? What can he do right now to shut everyone up in this room that no one could argue that he's #1 pound for pound? Give us that. Right now, what could he do? The single one thing he could do to shut everyone up.
There probably isn't anything that he could do.
You don't think so?
No.
So you don't think him being undisputed champion in the division would help?
No, because they'll say the division ain't shit.
I'll tell you what he can do. He can move up to Rico.
Yeah, that would do. But that would be good. But that would shut everyone.
No,
he ain't got to move on. I'd like to see him unify though.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I think. I think I'd shut up. I think a lot of people shut up. Go ahead now, Tom.
Overnight, if he beats Rigo all of a sudden will be, oh well, shit, he was old, he was faded, and his mind wasn't right because
he's on the right. He's on the right. He's on the right.
That's what it'll be.
He'd be on the right path though. Go ahead.
He can't be Rigo, bro. Let's stop that. Let's stop that talk altogether. He can't be Rigo.
So I wasn't gonna say be Rico. I was gonna say be undisputed champion. If you get all the belts, most casual fans when they see all the belts. Most casual fan, when they see all the belts on one guy, that guy must be the dude. That's how most people feel.
Here's the thing, though. A lower weight boxer, right? There's no way around this, right? The depth in the lower weights is different. You can win world championships within 10 fights, right? And 6 and British title fights in 5, right? The depth of competition is different. If you're going to be pound for pound at the lower weight, you have to be. And I'm not saying he isn't really good, but you've got to probably have all the belts and really and truly, you have to.
That's what you have to do. You have to have all the belts now.
Right. Here's the thing, yeah? Here's the thing. See, here's the truth. If you go outside of pound for pound, and if you're talking about boxing, the business model, right? If you was to let Roman, Gonzalez, Estrada, and Nui flagship the game, it's dead. From a commercial standpoint, MMA would just take it over.
I wasn't talking about commercial.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's a horrible conversation, right? But there has to be a gap that's bridged. You do need to not necessarily be selling Canelo units, because what he's doing, fighting at 155 at middleweight, is some bullshit. But it's got to transcend into popularity, notoriety, which will transcend into money in the process.
Okay, no, and I get that. But, I mean, Canelo knocking the shit out of Amir Khan will transcend in terms of popularity, but is it really a great accomplishment for him to do that?
No, it's some bullshit.
That's my point. That's my point. Just because it's not, sold and distributed doesn't mean it's not great. Which is why I brought up Eric B. and Rakim and fucking MC Hammer earlier. You know what I mean?
The thing, if you even go with MC Hammer and Rakim, I'd say Rakim is a better lyricist, but MC Hammer is a better entertainer. He's a better dancer. He puts on a better show. I've seen Rakim he puts on a better show.
Well, I was speaking in terms of the music, the lyrics. That's what I'm talking about.
Lyrics alone cannot make you an international star. Lyrics alone can't make you an international star. MC Hammer put on a show, bro. That show wasn't easy. Listen, MC Hammer had to work way harder on what he did than Rakim did. All Rakim had to do is pen his bars. MC Hammer had to be in that shit. I was making sure it was all coordinated properly. Them shows ain't easy. So let's not brush off what MC Hammer did like that. Yeah, Rakim was a better rapper.
I'm talking about rapping. I'm not talking about dancing and all that other stuff.
Bro.
Talking about rapping because
It's
rap
famous
is.
with Naota.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, listen. We got some great fights. Naota must be fucking warm. You guys, everyone be bombing on Naota. Now, hey, Naota, give me a applause to Naota.
Naota, man. But
Naota's a fucking G, bro. Like,
Naota's a G. Naota's alright. Naota's a warrior, man. He's a warrior.
Naota's a G, bro. Hold the few men in that house.
At least he ain't like what you need though. I like Naota though. What you need was horrible.
Yeah, but he's disrespectful.
I mean, honestly, and seeing this isn't anything personal. You know, I love talking boxing. So if I'm gonna get into a debate with people, the fact that y'all like boxing, I love it, and that's all there is to it. You know, I understand if people disagree with me.
We here, man. We all love boxing.